Hello viewers, my name is Dr. Rajul Dutt. In continuation to my earlier videos on marketing management, today I'm going to discuss in this video about the concept of pricing. As we know, this is one important factor, important component of a marketing mix. Pricing, if as we know, is an important element of marketing mix of a firm, and fixing pricing of a product is perhaps the most difficult task of a marketing manager. The term price denotes, in general terms, it's money value of a product. It is the amount of the money for which product can be exchanged. However, an innovative marketing manager determines the prices in such a way that the firm is able to sell its products successfully and achieve its overall objectives. He tries to maintain optimum relation between pricing and other components of marketing mix, that is product, price, promotion and distribution. Now if I discuss further as to what is price. So if you go by the definition, it is the price is the exchange value of goods and services in terms of money. What I intend to emphasize upon is that the price is all around us. We pay rent for the house, tuition fee for education, fare for bus, railways, etc., and money value for goods we consume in our daily life. Hence, the term price denotes money value of the product and represents the amount of money for which a product can be exchanged. That is, in general terms, the price represents the money which the buyer pays to the seller for a product. So, if I take, for example, in the actual business situations, it is very difficult to define the price of a product. The seller price, maybe the seller prices a combination of the physical product plus the other benefits along with the product, including repair facilities, maybe free home delivery, credit facilities given, etc. Hence, the price may be defined as the amount of money which is charged by a seller from a buyer for combined assortment of product and its accompanying services. Now, if we let me put some light on as to what is the significance of pricing. Uh, Pricing is of great importance to the producer, or we call it a seller or manufacturer, and for the consumer as well. The price of the product affects the other components of the marketing mix of a firm, and an organization will improve the quality of the product, maybe increase the number of benefits and spend more time on promotion and distribution if it feels that it can sell its products at a high price or maybe a higher price. And therefore, the prices are also important from the point of view of the customers, the consumers. To the consumer, if I talk about the price determine his or her purchasing power and the standard of living. Goods and services offered by various producers, manufacturers at different prices help the consumer to take buying decisions and satisfy his wants in a better way. Therefore, the price structure of a firm is a major determinant of its success. If the prices are too high, the business is lost, and if the prices are too low, the firm may be lost, because the people, they consider low price to be a low quality. They associate, generally in general terms, they associate price with the quality of the product, and therefore with the help of the price, the firm can make an estimate of its revenue and profit. Profit is equal to revenue minus cost. Hence, the management of a firm can make estimates of profits at various levels of production, and at different prices can choose the best possible combination. Now, putting all these things, if I put it into the significance of pricing, and into the, or I put it in a concise way, in a point wise. So the number one is the price is the central point of the economy. Now, this means that in any economic system, price mechanism for allocating resources and reflecting the degrees of both risk and competition putting together in an economy, particularly free market. If I talk about, if I take it into consideration the free market economy, the resources can be allocated or reallocated by the process of price reduction and price increase. We have, in the hands of the marketing manager, the marketing manager has to decide upon whether to reduce the prices or to there should be a price increase, because the price policy is a weapon to realize goals of planned economy, where resources can be allocated as per the planned priorities of the marketing manager. The second point is the price regulates demand. Uh, this consists of, say, the power of the price to produce results in market, uh, in a marketplace rather, cannot be equaled by any other component in the product mix. That is, I mean to or intend to emphasize upon that the greatest and the strongest P of the four P's of the mix, and hence the price, if increases or decreases, the demand for the products, that is to increase the demand, reduce the price, and to increase the and increase, if they say in the price, to reduce the demand. Hence, demarketing strategy is an instrument can easily implemented to meet the rising demand for the goods and services of a particular firm. Third is the price as a competitive weapon. The price as a competitive weapon is of say, paramount importance. Any other company, whether it is selling high or medium or low price merchandise, will have to decide as to whether its prices will be above or equal or maybe below its competitors. Now, this is the basic policy issue that affects the entire marketing process, and the price does not stand alone as a device for achieving a competitive advantage. However, indirect or non-price competitive techniques are often desirable, as they are more difficult for the competitors to copy. Now, when the competitors they copy, they generally tries to copy the prices, put it into numerical values, but with the non-price aspects, it is very difficult for any competitor to exactly copy or go by that. D is the now the next point is the price is the determinant of profitability. Uh, thereby, the price of a product or the product determines the profitability of the firm. In any firm, price is the basis for generating profits. Price is often used as offset the weaknesses in other elements of marketing mix. The impact of the price rise or fall is reflected instantly in the rise or fall of the product profitability, whereas other variables are supposed to be unaffected. The next is the price is decision output. Uh, in the areas of, say, marketing management, some crucial decisions are to be made because they have a bearing on the other branches of business as a decision maker. As a decision maker, it makes decisions in the changing marketing environment. We know that the marketing environment is very dynamic in nature. I have covered this topic, and the ever changing, the factors, they are ever changing, and therefore it is very difficult to make a wise decision. And now, as far as the price is concerned, the price as an say it's an indicator has a special role in the decision making process in developing countries, because consumer response to price changes will be more quick. Now, for example, if it is a decision regarding product improvement possibilities, select those possibilities rather, which gives the highest price as compared to the cash. Now, after discussing the significance of the pricing, let's come up to the what are the various objectives of pricing. So the various objectives of the pricing, as we see in the slide, is has been I have broadly classified into three categories, namely as profit oriented, the sales oriented, and status quo oriented. Now, under the profit oriented, there are two major aspects which generally the marketing manager of any organization, is he sets as regards as to the profits are concerned. The one is to maximize profits, and the second aspect is very closely related, is the target rate of return on investment, as it is mentioned in the slide. So to maximize profit is if I throw light on this aspect, that is all we call it as profit maximization. There are many firms which do not care for social responsibilities and follow the pricing policy to maximize their profits. In practice, therefore, no firm explicitly, says that or declares its pricing policy to maximize profits because of the fear of public criticism. However, in the economic theory, there is nothing wrong in it with the objective of profit maximization. We know that all the business organizations, their main and the sole objective, therefore, is to as to how do I can maximize the profits. Because if the profits, become unduly high, new entrepreneurs will be attracted to the field of business. This usually happens when any firm operates in monopoly situation or have come out in the market with altogether a new product. Second aspect is the target rate of return on investment. And this is an important goal of a pricing policy of many firms. A firm following this goal of target rate of return tries to build a price structure to provide sufficient return on the capital employed. Generally, an estimate is made of say a return on investment over a long run. The prices are so fixed so as to achieve the expected rate of return. This leads to cost plus pricing. In other words, the price represents the cost of production and distribution and the margin of profit. Now, this is the simplest way of calculating or say estimating the target rate of return on investment. The second aspect is the sales oriented aspects of objectives of pricing. Now, when I'm mentioning about sales oriented, as it is clearly mentioned in the slide, that there are again two major objectives of two major components under the sales orientation. Is the number one is sales growth, and number two is to improve the market share. Now, the marketing manager's task is again, the pricing should be of such nature that it should focus on the sales growth and as to how to improve the market share. So, the sales growth, what I mean by, or I intend to put emphasis on this aspect of sales growth is that the fundamental, the pricing objective is to survive. Most organizations will tolerate short-run losses and other difficulties if they are necessary to continue their existence. However, the price is used to increase sales volume to levels that match the organization's image. Further, I'll be discussing more as we proceed further. Now, it's to second point is to improve the market share, or rather to maintain the market share. Now, there are two major aspects related to this. One is maintaining the market share, and while maintaining the market share, now the closely related aspect to is has to improve upon the market share as well. Now, this is when a market has a potential for growth, market share is a better indicator of firms' effectiveness or the working than the target rate on return on investment, for example. So, if a firm might be earning a reasonable rate of return, but its share of market may be decreasing, therefore, a worthwhile pricing objective in times of increasing market should be maintained. Should be to the intention should be to maintain or to improve the market share. The third is the status quo oriented, wherein there are two major objectives related to it. One is the meeting competition and the non-price competition. So, meeting competition, therefore, is a price again has been used as a tool for meeting competition. Now, for that, some firms adopt the pricing policy to meet or prevent competition. They are ready to fix their prices to meet the competition in the market. Sometimes say they are prepared to follow below cost pricing in order to fight competition. However, many a times this practice turns out to be unsuccessful because new firms are attracted in the market and the field once the new product becomes popular. The last objective, therefore, is a non-price competition, and I can also refer, or it is being referred as public image. A company's image, therefore, is important to its success, to a firm's success. This is largely influenced by companies' policies of pricing strategy. A firm with established reputation based on existing price lines, or for that matter, may introduce a new line at earlier, uh, maybe higher, or either the higher prices or the lower prices to appeal to different market segments. So this again, it is, and there is a call for the marketing manager to discuss upon whether to increase or to decrease the prices, or whether the prices should be low or high. Now, the next important aspect is I want to discuss, or it is very important for us to understand, meaning thereby as to what are the various factors of pricing decisions. So all the factors which affects the pricing decisions are being broadly classified under two categories. One is the internal factors, and the other is the external factors. So, the internal factors, we already know. We have discussed earlier also, and I have discussed rather in the earlier videos about when we discussed about the marketing environment. Nonetheless, those factors again has been taken in consideration, and the importance are when we discuss about the internal factors, these are the forces which can be controlled by the firm to a certain extent, such as number one is the objectives of the firm. Every firm, therefore, may pursue a variety of objectives such as maximizing sales revenues, maximizing the market share, maximizing the customer delight, maintaining image, and therefore the pricing policy should be to establish only after proper considerations of the objectives of the firm. So, the objectives of the firm should be very clear as to what are the, I have mentioned about the various objectives, and the firm should be, whether it is one or two or the combination thereof. The second important aspect in the internal factors comes the role of the top management. Now, it is the top management which generally has the full authority over pricing. We know, the top management has a role. They have got a vision. They have got, a certain idea as to what should be the price, which generally has the marketing manager's role is to assist, therefore, the top management in the price determination within the policies being laid down by the top management. The other factor is the price as a the marketing mix. The marketing mix is the third factor here in the internal factors. Price is one of the most important elements of the marketing mix, we know, and hence must be coordinated with other elements of marketing mix such as promotion, product, and distribution. Now, some of the firms, for the price reduction is used as a marketing technique, while others may raise the prices as a deliberate strategy to build a high prestige product. So there is no hard and fast rule as far as the prices is concerned. Now, when we're talking about in one of the important factors in the marketing mix, it is whether to reduce the prices or to increase the prices. So these are the various, these are the deliberate strategies being used by the organizations or the business firms. The next is the product differentiation. Now, the price of the product depends upon the characteristics of the product. In order to attract the customers, different characteristics and benefits are added to the product, such as we may take it as quality, the size, the color, shape, packaging, and so on and so forth. Generally, customers pay more price for the product due to these mentioned reasons. And the last of the internal factors which have play an important role in the pricing decisions or the pricing decision in the factors to be considered are the cost of the product. Now, the cost and the price are closely related. The most important factor is the cost of production. In deciding to market a product, a firm should also try to decide what prices are realistic considering the current demand and the competition in the market. So the prices should be realistic so that the customers should be able to pay. The last in this slide is the external factors, that is the factors affecting the pricing decisions as to what are those external factors which which play an important, which affects the decisions while taking up pricing as related to the pricing decision. So number one, here comes the demand. Now, we know that the market demand for a product or service has a big impact on pricing. Since demand is affected by the prospective buyers or the buyers who will buy a little later, their willingness and ability to pay are taken into consideration while fixing the price. For example, I should take the example. For example, if the demand of the product is inelastic, high prices may be fixed. On the other hand, if the demand is elastic in nature, the firm should not fix high prices, rather than fix a lower price than that of the competition. And therefore, the second point or the second factor is for discussion is the competition. Competition in the market is a crucial factor in price determination. The prevailing information about what price the competitors are charging for the similar products. So this particular consideration is very important if you are coming into the market where already the same product or the product category is present. So one has to look upon the competitive situations. The third is the buyers. The nature and behavior of the consumers and users of the for the purchase, say, of a particular product or service do affect pricing, particularly if their number is large. Uh, the next is suppliers. The suppliers of the raw material and other inputs can have a significant effect on the price of the product. The increase in the prices of raw material will be passed on the prices of the product as well. Uh, the, and the other is the fifth point in this slide is the economic conditions. This is a very important factor in as much as prosperity or depression influences the demand to a very large extent. Uh, whatever the economic condition is, well, now the prices have to be in accordance with the economic cycle being prevailing in the particular economy or in a particular country or in a particular area for that matter. Now, the last factor to be discussed in this slide is the government regulations. The regulatory pressures, therefore, on anti-price rise and control measures effectively discourage companies for rather from cornering to charge too large a share of the market and controlling the prices. So that's all for today. In the other slides, I will be discussing upon the various pricing strategies and the policies in the price section. That's all for today. Thank you.